It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Arctic air will continue below normal temperatures across the eastern half of the U.S., with heavy lake effect snow taking a short reprieve across the Great Lakes. A strengthening Clipper storm will track north of the Great Lakes midweek, with widespread snow and gusty to strong winds through the region and into the northeast, followed by the potential for more lake effect snow. Closer to home, above normal to well above normal temperatures are expected through next weekend. Dry and calm conditions are going to persist through midweek. Low chances for rain enter the forecast on Thursday through the weekend. Dry weather is expected early next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. In the continuing saga of Tularosa Superintendent Todd Lindsay, the guy who lied about me never reaching out to him, well, we're going to have a special guest, hopefully tomorrow, the mother of a special needs child who was negatively affected by Lindsay himself while serving as the principal in Carrizozo. Nothing is said yet definitively, but that is the plan in pencil. Yesterday, the village of Tularosa held the Tularosa Community Ditch Corporation meeting. That's a story we've been covering for weeks now. This was said at the meeting, which is in stark contrast to what we've been told.
The fencing that is at the village intake, and you can see in the first picture, we did not touch their fence around their intake. They're sand trapped in their intake. We have not touched. The fence is still there. Their locks are still on it, and their no trespassing signs are still up.
Tularosa Mayor Debbie Cooksey says this just ain't so, and we'll get the details on this tomorrow. The Lincoln National Forest will be conducting prescribed burns on the Sacramento Ranger District from today through Friday to focus on an area approximately 400 acres within the 16 Springs project area. There's going to be continued monitoring of the area following operations, and signs are going to be set up alerting the public about the burns. Smoke may be visible in the 16 Springs area, Mayhill, Cloudcroft, and Hope. Following completion, crews will continue to monitor for hotspots as well as regrowth and forest health in the project area. The City of Alamogordo presents the Fiesta of Lights Christmas at Washington Park, happening this Friday from 5 until 9. They're looking right now for food and craft vendors to take part. Any questions, check out the City of Alamogordo Facebook page. The Otero County Shop with a Cop is happening next Saturday.
For the third year in a row, Thrive is partnering with local law enforcement agencies to host Shop with a Cop. Every child deserves to feel the magic of the season, and Shop with a Cop makes it happen. This special program connects local law enforcement with local children in need for a day of holiday shopping, smiles, and lasting memories. You can help make this season unforgettable, too. Donate today at letsthrivenm.org and choose Shop with a Cop from the drop-down menu. Every dollar brings joy, hope, and support to a child right here in our community.
Stephanie Hale with Thrive of Southern New Mexico. Check out the Thrive Facebook page for more details. The Alameda Park Zoo presents Zoobilee 2024, happening next Saturday, December 14th, from 4 until 8 p.m. Stroll through the zoo and enjoy the luminarias while enjoying some hot chocolate and festive lights. $1 admission, free with donation of enrichment item. Check out the Alameda Park Zoo Facebook page for more information. Alamogordo citizen Gina Monteith is holding a fundraiser.
The name of the fundraiser is Welcome to My Comedy, a dark comedy music festival. We will be offering a chance for people who are interested in doing stand-up comedy but don't feel like they have a safe place to do that. In this environment, they'll be able to say whatever they want. We will also be offering stand-up comedy, like I said, amateurs, people that really want to open up a possible new adventure for them. And we also will be having an open mic for those musical talents.
That's happening this Sunday at the VFW from 10 until 6. A family-friendly open mic night for music and stand-up comedy. A $20 donation is being requested. Well, today is Tuesday. It's time for an introspection with Pastor Johnny Walker.
This is Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. You deserve better. When we enter a grocery store, we instinctively choose the freshest products, avoiding those tainted by mold, those with fuzzy spores. We seek the best value for the price we pay. But why then do we settle for less in our friendships, our relationships, and our leadership? Why do we allow ourselves to be hurt by those we've poured our heart into? It's time to realize we can't afford to pay full price for relationships that devalue us. We cannot continue giving our all to individuals who only bring us pain. We must hold others accountable for their actions and responsibilities, just as we hold the grocer accountable for quality of their products. Some might argue that releasing others from accountability is a noble act of forgiveness or compassion, but in reality, it only lowers our own value in their eyes. By accepting less than we deserve, we are allowing a cycle of degradation to persist. It's time to reevaluate. If we expect the grocer to provide us with quality products, we must hold others to the same standard. We must teach our children not to settle for less, but to stand tall in who they are. We must break free from the chains of generational depreciation and instill in our loved ones the knowledge that they deserve better. Don't dilute your worth or water down your potential. You are deserving of love, respect, and genuine connections. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in your worth, and who treat you with kindness and compassion. Say no to toxic relationships and choose to invest your time and energy into those who truly value you. In the journey in finding fulfillment and happiness, it is crucial to remember that you hold the power to choose the relationships and friendships that nourish your soul. Just as you would choose the freshest loaf of bread from the grocer, so I implore you, strive for the best value for the price you pay in every aspect of your life. This is Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. You be blessed, be a blessing, and we'll see you next week, right here, same place, same time on Crazy Radio.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
32-year-old Michael Kimball, a former T. Harris pre-kindergarten teacher, is facing child sex charges for an alleged incident involving a 5-year-old. A mother reported to law enforcement her daughter was touched sexually below the waist. The child says she told Kimball no when the incident was occurring. A deputy went to the school and spoke to school officials as well as Kimball, who denied touching the child or any others in the alleged manner stated. He was told the child's underwear would be DNA tested and asked if his DNA would be on it. Kimball said the only way his DNA would be on that underwear is if he'd happened to take the underwear out of the bag, but he doesn't recall doing so. DNA samples were taken for both the child and Kimball. The results from the underwear were received where human male DNA was found in the crotch area, but that DNA was found to be insufficient to test against. Kimball is no longer employed by the school and has not been on campus since the investigation began. New Mexico State police officers were involved in a shooting incident yesterday morning in Deming. 55-year-old John Dwillis was shot by a New Mexico State police officer and flown to a hospital in Texas where he's listed in stable condition. State police responded to the scene to assist the Luna County Sheriff's Office. Deputies with the Sheriff's Office were dispatched to a domestic disturbance call. When deputies arrived on scene, they made contact with Dwillis, who was standing near a white pickup. At some point during the interaction, Dwillis fired at least one round from a gun and then barricaded himself inside the truck. A man received a prison sentence yesterday for his role in a dog attack which killed a Tucumcari man in 2023. Christopher Morris and his mother, Mary Montoya, both pled guilty to possessing a dangerous canine. The duo permitted their dogs to run loose, and at least one of those dogs mauled 64-year-old Stanley Hart to death. As part of their plea deals, Morris and Montoya had their involuntary manslaughter charges dropped. Morris was sentenced by Judge Abigail Aragon to 6 years in prison. He also pled guilty to a child abuse charge. for striking his child back in July. He was given a suspended sentence for that case. Last month, Montoya was sentenced to 6 months in jail, but due to ongoing medical issues, court records say she does not have to turn herself in to serve that sentence until January 6th. Mario Perez of Albuquerque pled guilty to 5 counts of reckless driving resulting in great bodily harm. This is following a serious 2022 crash involving an Albuquerque public school bus. Perez was driving around 110 miles per hour when he crashed into the bus. That crash left the bus tipped over, along with 23 students inside, 7 of which were hospitalized for injuries. Perez was scheduled for trial yesterday, but instead he chose to take a guilty plea and now faces up to 15 years at sentencing.
Police say he was racing, he ran into the school bus, caused this crash, and injured a lot of these students. But if he's convicted on all of them and sentenced on all of them, he's looking at basically a long, long time in the state prison.
Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman commenting on the case while speaking with KOAT. The state of New Mexico proudly announces that they are going to ignore your Fourth Amendment rights once again. For those unfamiliar, the Fourth Amendment reads, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. So if you're not suspected of a crime, you should be left alone to do as you wish. Except the New Mexico State Police will be conducting sobriety checkpoints, saturation patrols, and registration, insurance, and driver's license checkpoints in all New Mexico counties. The checkpoints and patrols will take place through the month of December. Supposedly, these checkpoints are supposed to help change society's attitude about driving under the influence, but if that was the case, wouldn't we see those numbers drop already? Statistics tell us a very different story. Checkpoints typically net less drunk drivers when compared to patrolling. Patrolling typically captures 10 times the amount of drunks. That's not me talking. That's according to findings submitted to the Supreme Court. In 1990, the United States Supreme Court decided that a state's interest in reducing drunk driving outweighs the infringement on your constitutional rights, even though the supreme law of the land specifically reads, shall not be violated. 13 states do not permit checkpoints, and 2 allow them only with judicial approval. The remaining 35, including the land of enchantment, don't give a damn about your constitutional rights. If the numbers showed an increase in drunk drivers being removed from the streets, there might be a valid argument. But since that simply is not the case, this is a waste of resources. Now, the NTSA says that checkpoints are effective, but they provide no data to back up the claim. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
35 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Carrizozo at Cloudcroft, Gadsden at Roswell, Capitan at Tatum, Lake Arthur at Hagerman, Cobry at Chaparral, Hot Springs comes to Tularosa. Wow! Go Lady Cats! There are 37 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including the New Mexico Military Institute at Loving, Roswell at Gadsden, Goddard at Deming, Carrizozo at Cloudcroft, Capitan at Tatum, and Chaparral heads to Cobry. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 61. Low tonight of 42. High tomorrow, 64 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 14 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 47. Low tonight of 29. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 23. High tomorrow, 47 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.